Welcome to Netlabs Hub. Welcome to this lab where I'm going to configure Secure Shell in Cisco Catalyst 2960 switch. This is step by step to configure. Step 1, I'm going to cable and assign IP addresses on the topology. Configure the IP domain name and the host name. This is key for identification. Number 3, I'm going to create a username and a password for local authentication. It means that the authentication will be done locally. Then step 4, I'm going to generate the reversed Shamir Adelman keys. This is an algorithm that is used to encrypt the tunnel while remotely accessing the device. Then transport input. This command, I'm going to specify that SSH is the preferred protocol that I'm going to use while requesting remote access. We've got two types. We've got SSH and Telnet. Telnet is not commonly used because it displays, there is no encryption in Telnet, and Telnet generally is not secure, unlike SSH, which is encrypted and provides a secure connection to remote devices. After there, I'm going to specify the SSH version. We've got version 1 and 2, so I'm going to use the latest version. After that, I'll test connectivity. So these are the steps that I'm going to use to connect to this Cisco Catalyst 2960 switch remotely. Let's go back to Cisco Packet Tracer and configure this lab. So I have already cabled. This is my symbol topology that I'm going to use, and all is originating from this network address space from this network. So this is the server that I have configured, that I have placed it there to serve the internal LAN. So it is going to provide IP addresses in the computers that are within the LAN. So after that, I expect these computers to get IP address automatically. Right now, as you can see, there is no IP address that is detected. So let me configure the server first. The server is going to have 192.168.1.5. So go to the desktop, then configure the server. So the gateway, it will be the IP address that I will use to access the remote, to access the Cisco switch. Then the DNS, we can just retain the IP address of the server to be the same as DNS. So you come on the services. These are the services that are listed on this particular server. When we configure DHCP service on this server, then this server becomes DHCP server. So DHCP provides IP version 4, and then DHCP version 6 provides, it is there to act as a server for IP version 6. So this is it. First of all, you turn the server on, then you specify the gateway. The gateway is that one, the IP address that I'm going to use to access the switch remotely. Then from there, the DNS is the IP address for this server still. This section, I'm going to make sure that all my computers within this LAN here, starts with 100. So in this section, I'm going to put here 100, or I can give it 99 so that it can start with 100. The moment I do that, then I save. You see it has changed. So already my server is on. So let me enable these computers to be DHCP client, so that if at all it can get, you can see it has started. It has gotten 99. It is successful. Then go to this one. $100 successful. Then on the desktop, go to this 101. So following these steps, I'm going to configure the secure shell on this switch so that this switch can be accessed remotely. Go to CLI. First of all, hostname. I can give it Netlabs hub _hub switch 1. That is the host name. After the host name, we configure the domain name, IP domain name netlabs hub.com. Then after this, according to this script here, I have already assigned the IP addresses, even created the HTTP server on that, configure the IP and the domain name. So I'm going to create the username and the password. So this is it. You specify username, then the name of the user, then password, then we can call it Cisco. That is the password. After doing that, next step, we generate the keys using the algorithm. So in crypto key, generate RSA general keys. The moment you hit enter, it asks you to enter the number of keys. As you can see here, you have already have this defined name. This is the name. You see the host name is bound to the domain name. So then we enter the common one as 1024. Then yes. So the moment you do that, you can see here SSH for version 2. So after here, IP SSH version 2. So there is this section, configure VTY line. So I have configured it, you can see. So let's go to line VTY 0 to 5. After doing that, then we specify login local, then transport input. You can see we specify the protocol that we are going to work with, that is SSH. I will not enter the password because the password already I have created the password up here. Username, password, then this is the name of the password. So after there, I'm done. I can enable secret Cisco. So that is the enable password. When you when you move from user mode to privilege mode, you'll have to enter that particular password. Then save, copy, running startup config. Let me disable this. Domain lookup so that it cannot, it disable this domain querying. Okay, so I'm done configuring this one. So I'm going to enable what we call to enable VLAN 1 as my management VLAN. So in that case, I'm going to config terminal, then interface VLAN 1. Then I give it IP address. So this is the IP address that I'm going to use to description management VLAN. So exit default gateway 192.168.1.10. So IP default gateway. So that is it. Then write memory. So I have configured this topology. This switch can now be accessed remotely. Let's first of all test connectivity here. This one, we ping this switch to this computer to 192.168.1.100. You see there is communication, huh? Can it ping to the gateway? Let me check. So what I can do, I can just change the gateway here. There is something that I haven't enabled. You see, I entered interface VLAN 1, then I did not unshut the VLAN. So the VLAN is off, meaning the gateway is down. The moment I do that command, then I return on this router. Then with the same, it should work. You see, the gateway is able to be reached. So now let me confirm if SSH using this computer here, I can be able to reach the switch. So SSH space, then hyphen that one, then we specify the username, then the password, the IP address. You see, it has prompted the password because the username is already specified here. So that is Cisco. The moment I enter Cisco, you see, this is the same as check the host name of the switch. You can see when I exit, then come back to this to this, you can see enable. You see another password, that is secret password. So this is SSH, a protocol that is used to access devices, network devices, bit switch, bit routers remotely. So this one helps the system administrators to remotely manage the devices. So I can reload or restart the device. The moment I do that, I lose the connection here, and all my switch, you can see it is down because it has been remotely restarted. It has been restarted remotely. So that is it. When I'm in this here, I can ping the server. The server is .5, you see. The server is reachable. Just give it time. Let me confirm SSH on this computer. To minimize on time, I can just copy this, copy that, then paste here, desktop, then paste there. You see, prompts for password, then enable, then Cisco, then show running config. You see, these are the configuration that I have done on this switch. You can see this is the interface VLAN. So this section here is switched virtual interface that is used on Cisco Catalyst switches to remotely access the device. So thank you so much. If you feel this lab has helped you so much, feel free to subscribe to Netlabs Hub. Also watch, comment, share, and like. Thank you so much. Let's meet.